Hello, first grade. Today we are going to be doing the Chapter 7, Check My Progress. So you need to have your pencil in front of you. You also need to have your math book. And I need you to please turn to page 533. That's 533. If you need time to find the page, go ahead and pause the video. You do not need to rip out this page. You do not need to put your name on it. You just need to find it and have your pencil ready to go. When you have those things, then you can unpause and we can get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is look at some vocabulary. So I'm going to read the different vocabulary phrases on this side. So we have pictograph, data, survey, and tally chart. So we need to figure out, where do they match? So let's see. This first problem, or this first definition, says a graph that uses different pictures to show data. I underlined that word pictures because it's pretty important. It helps us figure out which one of these it goes to. What do you think? Which one is a graph that uses different pictures to show data? Is it a picture graph, data, survey, or tally chart? It's a picture graph. So connect a line between those two things. All right, the next definition says to collect data by asking the same question. So what is that? Is data to collect data by asking the same question? No, that doesn't make any sense. How about survey? To collect data by asking the same question means survey. Yes, I definitely think that's what it is. So connect a line with those two things. The next one says information shown by numbers or pictures. Is information shown by numbers or pictures data, or is it a tally chart? Well, I know a tally chart uses marks, but I don't think it has any numbers or pictures really. So I'm thinking it must be data. Connect those two. And then hopefully these last two match up. Let's check. It says a chart that shows a mark for each vote in a survey. Oh yes, that is definitely a tally chart. Let's go ahead and connect a line to those two things. All right, next we're coming down here. People are asked about their favorite sports. So we need to fill in the totals of the tally chart first. So how many people voted for soccer? I see 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people voted for soccer. So write a number 8 in that space. Let me use my thinner pencil. All right, how many people voted for basketball? I see that group. That means there are 5. And how many people voted for baseball? I see 3 marks. That means 3 people voted. Write a 3 in your box. Now let's answer this question. It says, which sport has more votes than basketball? So basketball over here, I can see has 5 votes. So which sport has more than 5 votes? Well, soccer has 8 votes, so it must be soccer. So we're going to write soccer on our line. All right, so your paper should look like my paper. When it does, you can turn to the next page. All right, let's see here, first grade. It says Laura asked her friends to name their favorite color. So now we are looking at our tally chart. We have to write in the totals. How many people voted for green? How many people voted for blue? And how many people voted for red? I want you to fill in those totals by yourself and then we'll check it together. All right, so let's see how you did. For green, I see 4 tally marks. So 4 people voted for green. I see a group here. That means there are 5 in that group. So 5 people voted for blue. And 2 marks for red. So 2 people voted for red. All right, now it wants us to draw a picture graph. So for our picture graph, I am going to use different colored dots, and you can just draw dots on your paper using your pencil. So I'm just going to do a dot for every color time the person chose that color. So for green, we have 4. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and do the same thing for blue and red based on their totals, and then we're going to check it together. All right, so let's see how you did. The next color was blue. 5 people voted for blue, so I'm going to do 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 people voted for red, so 1, 2. So there's my picture chart. Now we are going to answer some questions. Number 8 says, did more people choose blue or green? So let's look up here at our chart. Who chose more, blue or green? I definitely see more blue, so I'm going to write that on my line. The next one says, how many people chose red? So let's look back at our totals chart. How many people chose red? 2. So write a number 2 on your line. All right. Number 10 says, how many people chose a color other than red? Well, there are 2 colors that are other than red, so we need to add those 2 colors together. So if 4 people chose green, we're going to add that to the amount of people that chose blue, so that's 5. And then we need to add those together. So what is 4 plus 5, first grade? Figure that out. 4 plus 5 more equals 9. So 9 people chose a color other than red. And the number 11 says, how many more? Ooh, I want to underline that. How many more? I suggest that you underline it too. How many more people chose green than red? So let's look at those 2 numbers. I have green, I have 4. And how many more tells me, why did I underline it? Because it tells me that I need to subtract. So 4 minus, how many people chose red? 2. So what is 4 take away 2? 4 minus 2 equals 2. So that is how many more. 2 more people chose green than red. And finally, number 12 says, how many people were surveyed? Write the number sentence that you used. So how many people were surveyed means how many people were asked all together. We need to add all of these numbers up. So first I'm going to use 4 plus 5 plus 2. My plus signs are a little silly right now. Let's see what that equals. So 4 plus 5 equals 9. We already added that together. Plus 2 more. So what's 9 plus 2 more? Let's count up together. Ready? 9, 10, 11. So 11 is how many people were surveyed in all. Okay, first grade, because you had to check my progress today, which is really just a chance for us to review, You do not have any independent work, so I will see you tomorrow for math.